I'm Chris Morgan, and I am Kylie's father. Well, we were in Ocean City in 2009, and Kylie had a fever, and the fever didn't really go away, so when we got home, we went to Patient First in Bel Air. And at Patient First, the first visit, they did a strep test, and it came back positive. So she was treated for strep, and did her 10 days of antibiotics and seemed to get better. But then as soon as the antibiotics stopped, the fever came back. Then Monday came around and we did the marrow test, and Dr. Nerona is the one, Susie Nerona is the one that looked at the cells under the microscope. Kylie was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, ALL.
I'm Lisa Augustine and I am Aaron's mom.
I'm Eddie Augustine, husband, father.
Aaron was a baby. He was 8 months old. He started having fevers, and there was no reason for the fevers. The pediatrician couldn't figure out, there was no ear infection, nothing like that. And finally, by the end of August, he was so pale and was covered in bruises that we knew something wasn't right. I mean, within 2 days at Hopkins, they did a bone marrow biopsy and gave us the news that Aaron had AML. So upon that diagnosis, his prognosis was very poor. I mean, I want to say they told us like a 30% chance.
That's 50% chance.
Yeah, I mean, his odds were not good. They immediately started chemo, and we did 3 rounds of chemo. And we were very fortunate. Aaron went into remission after the first round, which they told us was a huge deal. So that was our first big victory, is that he went into remission after the first round of chemo. And then by about the end of October, they pretty much told us that even though he was in remission, because he had AML, his chances still of survival were not good enough unless we did a bone marrow transplant. And Eddie and I obviously prayed with all our hearts that it was one of us that was going to be the match. And it wasn't. It was Alec. He was a perfect 6 out of 6 match for Aaron. So when he left right the day after Christmas, we truly didn't know if he was ever going to come back to that house or come back with us and come home with us. And he went in to get ready for his transplant. And on January 6th, big brother Alec went into Hopkins and, unbeknownst to him, donated his bone marrow that day. And January 6th is transplant day. That every year now is Brother's Day in our house, and it's the boys' special day. They're allowed to pick whatever they want to do on that day.
It should also be noted that even with Alec being a perfect bone marrow match, his chances only increased about 15% more. So 65% chance is better than 50% chance. So
yeah, but still, the stress was still there.
Right. One thing we used to talk about was that when Aaron was in the hospital and we were going through all this, is obviously being separated, and all we wanted was our boring life back.
Yeah, and we did.
And sometimes Lisa says, "Oh, we need to get out. It's, bored." I'm like, it wasn't that long ago that we wished it was bored.
On April 1st, Aaron came home for the first time since he had left in December, and that was a big deal in our house.
My name is Kylie Morgan. I'm 12 years old. I go to Boston Middle School, and I'm in the 6th grade. So I got this pillow, and when my friends and family visited me, they all signed it. And they wrote, like, "Get well soon," and "I love you," and stuff.
If someone was also diagnosed with a blood cancer or any form of cancer, what was a message you would want to tell them?
Well, I would tell them that it's not as bad as it seems, because you'll meet a lot of nice people, and you'll, at first you'll hate it, but then you'll realize that it makes you a better person, I guess. Yeah.
When you grow up, what do you want to be?
I want to be an oncologist like Dr. York.
My name's Alyssa, and I'm 5½, and I'm in kindergarten.
Great. My name's Aaron. I'm 8, and I'm in 2nd grade.
Great.
I'm Alec, and I'm in 4th grade, and I'm almost 10.
Aaron, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be an artist.
An artist? What kind of artist?
like a person who writes books.
Aaron, why do you think it's important to tell people about the Leukemia Lymphoma Society?
Why is it important? What did we talk about?
So they can find a cure for cancer, so they can go home and get better and hopefully stay alive.
And who do you usually write down when you have to talk about your hero? Exactly. Yeah, he's your hero.
When they give you your treatment plan, it's literally a 4-inch 3-ring binder, and it's so well documented. And it's evidence of all of the work that LLS does, and all of the money that's been raised and all the research that's been done, because you aren't guessing anymore. And that's really one of the huge benefits of not benefits, but one of the huge advantages or results, I guess, of the efforts of everyone is that it gives you the peace of mind in these horrible times. That there is a treatment plan, and if we stick to it and we do what we need to do, that hopefully things are going to work out well. You realize how important life is. So for amazing people to have that realization, and however they've come to it, to devote their time to helping other people, is truly amazing to me. And there's nothing but gratitude and thanks. They should realize that this is incredible, and that the continued engagement of people, like the gentleman from the Maryland LLS, who's been doing this since the 60s, are those true heroes, in addition to the doctors and everybody else. But they've dedicated themselves to something and helping other people. So it's amazing, nothing short of amazing.
The big milestone was 5 years remission, is what we were told. So 2 years ago, when we hit 5 years remission, to us, Hopkins told us that was a biggie. We celebrated big. We went to Disney. We made Remission Rocks T-shirts.
What has the Leukemia Lymphoma Society done for your family?
When we were in the midst of it, we were so overwhelmed that we didn't know options out there who could help us in any way, shape, or form. Once we started living a normal life again, what constantly comes into our mind is there's another family going into that room that we left. So that's a big deal for us to give back and make sure that if we can help raise some money for a cure so another family doesn't have to sit in that room and hear the diagnosis that we heard and go through what our family went through, then that's the most important thing. That's where we are right now as far as the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. Every penny that you guys earn and support and raise that would help another family and another child is well worth it.
We've obviously donated to other fundraisers in the past before Aaron was ever diagnosed, and never really thinking about it. Obviously, when it hits you at home, it makes a big difference. It doesn't hurt to ask, even though times are tough right now. There's still people that are willing to support, even a little bit to quite a bit of money. So all you can do is ask. Count your blessings every day.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing is just, be thankful for what you have, because until you see that you almost don't have it, you don't realize. It's very easy to take for granted. I have to say that every night I give my kids a kiss, and I thank God every night that He let me keep Aaron.
Please help find a cure.